Hey, Shalom Israel. This stuff sourced by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, double most possible JMS, and honors to brothers that are doing the work in truth, more sincerity. In this edition of Tools for the Push, I'm just basically showing you this website. This is the King James, where basically it's basically like that, the kingjam.es. Where basically you've got the Apocrypha, the King James, or basically the King James Bible with the Apocrypha and Strong's Concordance, all wrote in one, and also it comes in English and Spanish. For the Spanish version, it uses the Reina Valera Antigua, which if you just go say Genesis 1, it's Genesis. I don't know how you pronounce that. So that's what it is. I do believe the Reina Valera Antigua is the most accurate version in Spanish. But if somebody, if you know otherwise, you can just leave that on the comment board as well. Right. Let me get back into a language I actually understand in English. So, say for instance, Daniel's the 7th chapter. Right. If you're scrolling down, you'll notice that you've got these B's right on here, right? So click down, you basically see the breakdown of that verse, and you also notice that you've got the Lashon and Kodash there. So you've got it in the Yiddish, or no Yiddish, in the Syrian script below, and the Lashon and Kodash above. So, this is basically one of those ones where, for instance, you've had study books, and then you've lost those study books. You had scriptures, but in that camp they got destroyed when it rained, and that. This is just a nice place to have like notes just there. And these are all notes taken from the apostles themselves. So this is Daniel 7:1, so basically 7:3, and you can see the breakdown. So it says the four great beasts represent the four kingdoms that will be raised up and then brought down, that will be great in power and wickedness, diverse from one another. It says the four kingdoms will rule differently, despite having the same gods. Right. Another example, if we go to Romans 9, I believe, you'll also see here that you've got P, right? And what P basically tells you is that this verse has precepts, right? So you got Matthew, basically this is tagged as being salvation for Israel only. Well, you can tell why. It says, who are Israelites, to whom pertain of the adoption and the glory and the covenants and the giving of the law and the services of the Most High and the promises. Right, and as you also got the breakdown and some verses to help get the point across better as well. It's also got tags, so then you can see all of the scriptures basically pertaining to this. When you click on it, it basically takes you to it, etc., etc., etc. More B's, so that's what you call it, breakdowns. And here you've got one which has not been covered yet. Right, it says Q, which is basically quoting, right? So it tells you what it's quoting. It says, I have loved you. It's saying it's quoting Malachi 1 and 2, right? And there are several different things on here. Like I said, you do have the Apocrypha on there. So let's go. What's a good scripture in Sirach? Let's go Sirach 10. Right? So you've got Sirach there. You've got Second Ezra, the 6th chapter also, as you'd expect. Right, you see the breakdown for this verse. So the children of a year old shall speak with their voices, their women and their children shall bring forth untimely children of 3 or 4 months old, and they shall live and be raised up. It says, breakdown says, this is happening today. Premature babies can now survive, whereas they would have died in the past. And that's actually quite pertinent, because recently you had, actually was recently, but it broke in the UK recently, how you had this baby who's basically born 26 weeks and somehow survived. Esau lets you get an abortion at 24 weeks, which just goes to show you. Got a breakdown there. another breakdown here. Right, you see that? And like I said, these notes are all taken from the apostles and other brothers in good and high understanding. So yeah, this is a nice little study tool here. What else have you got? You got tags. Like I said, you do have this in English and in Spanish. Although some things aren't fully translated yet. So you've got scriptures, color scriptures. I'm assuming that means, right? So you've got all of the scriptures on color here. Well, not all, but you've got some that have been basically these get added over time. These just get added over time, and then this is so same thing with the breakdowns as well. What else can I show you on here? So you usually just press enter, but if you want to, it's got a red letter as well. So let's go Matthew 24. Well, as you can see there, some black, and then you got red. Quoting is used most extensively in the book of Matthew, but yeah, you can see that's all red text. So to surmise, it's got the Apocrypha, it's got the Strong's Concord. I haven't showed you the Strong's yet fully. What you can do is, let's say it says any sap on them. If you notice, as I'm moving my mouse across, it's underlined, and that basically brings up the meaning of the word, and you can view it in line or you can view it in full. Right, you can see there in the Greek, same on short definition, usage, etc., etc., etc. You can click on that, and then it gives you a list of where this verse is used, or rather where this word G4592 is used. So it's sign, mark, token, semyon. So yeah, which is quite ironic. I picked that word of all. You've got the Strong's Concordance, you've got precepts, you've got where it's quoting from, you've got breakdowns. Let me see, which is good. Certain topics you don't really, you might not have been through in a while, and you might forget real quick, and you just pull it up and you say, yeah, fifth angel. That's first of the last three woes. It's the bottomless pit. Because of the lack of natural resources there, and you've got precepts, through and through the book, rather through and through, but like I said, they'll be added. If you find some problems with it, if you just leave a comment down there or send a message, surely it will be fixed. It will be coming out, Lord's will, in Turkish as well at some point, and some other languages as well. Like I said, it's not fully translated. It's translated pretty good. For instance, in the Spanish version, the Apocrypha doesn't. Well, the Apocrypha is just in English. I've come across a Spanish Apocrypha online, but like I said, I will just have to ask someone who is fluent in Spanish and speaks Spanish on a regular basis whether that's a decent version that can be used or not. Also, it looks, it works pretty well on mobile as well. So let's say once again, Nahum, first chapter. Like I said, you just got it there. Bam. Same thing again. You can see the Strongs. You also want to highlight it so you know what scriptures you're basically going to do using a video. You might just say, 11 and 13 is what I want to use. Same thing again. You can pull up the definition, just the Strong's Concordance there, close it, and you're good to go. So I think I've kind of covered this website extensively. So yeah, with that, one more thing I'd say, the breakdowns currently are just in English. Like I said, I would need a Spanish speaker, someone who can speak the language fluently, and can write it fluently as well, which is the main thing, and to be able to go through that as well. But yeah, This is just a preview to the site. This is the King James. So Lord's will be of use to you when you're studying the scriptures. So yeah, you got some scriptures on Shah the mediator, time of Jacob's trouble. Like I said, these are all just being filled up. As time goes on. It's especially the time that we're in as well, brotherhood. If you just need some scriptures on brotherhood, you got some scriptures on brotherhood. One of my favorite ones, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell in unity. It tells you other brotherhood scriptures when you're on it, etc, etc, etc. Bam. So if you was in Sirach 6 and 14 for a video or whatever, you go, oh shit, there's precept there, bam. You got a list there. And if the Spirit wills, that will be increased as time goes on. So yeah. Alright, so with that I'm gonna say shalom.